Why are you in conflict? Because you say we are not satisfied. Satisfied with what? Please, let's inquire together, right? Don't let me answer that question and you go to sleep or accept it. But together, let's inquire, explore why human beings, you, almost every human being in the world, pretending, double talk, contradicting, the whole process of conflict. Why? This is important to ask because it may be possible that we can live without any conflict whatsoever. It may be possible. And any intelligent man, any man who is at all concerned with the world and with what is happening must ask this question. Not find rationalizations for conflict, like saying all nature is in conflict. For a tree to grow, it must struggle. And so on. Those are all mere explanations without much significance. But if one asks of ourselves, why this constant conflict, disagreement, one opinion against another, one theory against another, one belief against another, a conclusion opposing another conclusion. This is how we all live. Why do we go on this way? And we are supposed to be highly sophisticated, educated. We can go to the moon, we can do extraordinary technological things, and yet this very root of our existence we never question. And you reply to that, so we are not satisfied. We are discontent. We want something more. So, what are we discontented with, dissatisfied with? Dissatisfied, discontented with what we are. And being dissatisfied with what we are, either rich or poor, lack of love, or being lonely, and so on, so on, so on. Being dissatisfied with what one is, you want to change that, right? You want to escape from it. So, how do you, when you say we are dissatisfied, have you looked at, actually observed with what you are before you say, I'm dissatisfied with it? You understand my question? Suppose I'm dissatisfied with myself because I'm poor, I'm not well educated. Perhaps that's a good thing. I'm not clever, bright, nice looking. So I'm dissatisfied with all the things I am. What? Is it because I'm comparing myself with somebody else? Right? So, is comparison one of the reasons of conflict? It doesn't mean I must be satisfied with what I am, because I don't know what I am, right? I'm a very, very, very complex entity. I've got so many desires, so many sensations, so many fears, such desperate loneliness. I'm frightened, uncertain, wanting to be certain. I'm pain. I depend on somebody. So I'm a very complex entity. And how can I be dissatisfied with this complexity before I've understood it, before I've even looked at it? You understand my question? Can I look at it, observe it, when I'm comparing myself with, say, Einstein, with Greta Garbo? I used to know her. And with Dr. Bohm. If I'm comparing myself all the time with somebody, I'm not understanding or observing what I have. My eyes are directed in a totally different direction. So to say I'm dissatisfied with what I am, isn't that rather irrational? I'm not criticizing. I'm not saying it's wrong or right, but doesn't that show that we are not looking at ourselves as we are? Actually. Then, what place has dissatisfaction? Dissatisfaction implies you are seeking satisfaction, right? And is there total satisfaction at any time? I want a nice husband, nice house, nice garden. But my neighbor has a better house, better garden. He's got a better job, more money. He goes all over the world, and so on. Is dissatisfaction part of jealousy? I see him having everything. Clever, nice wife, well connected, title, plenty of money. And by comparison with him, I become dissatisfied. That dissatisfaction has in it a certain quality of envy, right? And if I dig deeply into envy, there is a certain sense of not only a resentment, but not only a tinge, but there is this hate of somebody who is better than me. You see the consequences of dissatisfaction.